Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Well, we are heading lower and we want to talk about the most imminent price action here for Bitcoin. Before we do that, we zoom out a little bit and talk here about just this wave pattern which is emerging as we are always seeing, new people come in here. There's generally two charts for Bitcoin that we're using at the moment. In the very short term, they don't really differ. They are mainly differing in how these subdivisions are all counted, and that will make a difference in later in terms of a downside target. So in this particular chart, we've got a downside target between, let's say, 14 to 16k, and the other one could already be ending at around 17k. By the way, let me just open that. By the way, because I sometimes get these questions if I'm on TradingView. If you join the channel membership, you actually get access to all these live charts. Yeah, you can then integrate them in your TradingView. To be honest, I have no idea if you can actually copy them and whatever. And if you see all the details yourself on your TradingView and you can move things around. I think you can copy charts. I'm not entirely familiar with it, but you have access to these live charts all the time, which is pretty cool. So let's talk about what's unfolding here. For some reason internet is a bit slow. Now let's just carry on with this chart, and then when we talked about this one, then I open the other one. So here on this chart we've got a 5-wave move to the downside, in the 5th wave. So we see the 5th wave as a 5-wave move, but the subdivisions of the 5th wave we can count as 3 waves, basically understanding the 5th wave as a ending diagonal, where each of these subwaves can be counted as a 3-wave structure, which means based on this we would be in a 3rd wave, and the 3rd wave would subdivide into A, B, C. From what I can see here at the moment with how the price is subdividing and the recent top in place, I would say that a wave B high was in here and that we are now coming down in C. I must say that the nature and the subdivisions of this move down is not entirely clear to me. It is an extremely choppy mess again, but I can count here 5 waves complete in this wave 1, and I can already count a wave 2 as complete as well. Now there are different ways of counting this. Alternatively, we see a little bit of a stronger wave 2 to the upside. But the way this is currently going, I think we might actually break that low now as well at 18,950. Then we're probably not going to see this extended wave 2. So it could very well be the wave 1 in, wave 2 in, and if we now come down and follow through very impulsively below this support, range support, here at 18,950, if we do that now, and we are trying to do it now, then I think we can come down quite quickly to the 18,450 level. So, and then we are probably already in wave 3 to the downside here. And eventually that can take us to around, 15 to 16K. And then there will be a bit of a wave 4 to the upside and a wave 5 down that can take us even a bit lower, maybe to 14K. The problem is, as I explained, we need to have a bit of an open mind with Bitcoin at the moment. It is one of the less clear structures, because in terms of less clear doesn't mean we can't count structures, but it means there are different structures possible and different wave counts are possible, which leads to different targets and so on. But in terms of summary, what is very important to understand is that both Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently at key range support levels. So ideally we see this now follow through and finally end this mess, because I think nobody really wants to spend any more time in this range here, which has been so boring, just below 20k. It would be really nice to follow through here now in the 3rd wave. So as long as we stay basically here below 20,500, my assumption is that a peak was in here, a high was in place, a wave B high was in place, and in the very short term, as long as we stay below this trend line, I would also say we are following down in a wave 3. We're following through here. So key decision point really, because we've got this trend line. This could be a channel. You could even see it maybe as a descending wedge. The point is, we're just here at key support, 18,950. So the trend line is pushing us down. There is support. It has to break now or move up into a target area here, which might be sitting around 19,550 to 19,850. We'll see. We'll see which one of these is going to work out. Important, because this is a clear decision point. Bitcoin has to decide now, and if we break range support, they will push us down, in my opinion, quite quickly. And the other count, let's talk about the other count as well. Does it make any great difference here? So let me go to the other Bitcoin chart, Bitcoin bearish 3, I think that is. And again, the count is fairly similar. It also suggests that we had here, so this count is a bit different. It assumes that from the high at 25.3k, we already saw the wave 1, we saw the wave 2, we saw the wave 3. We already peaked in a wave 4, and we're coming down in the 5th wave already, which in itself would then be an ABC, and the 5th wave, wave C, is currently unfolding. We've already seen a wave 1, a wave 2, and we're now following through in a wave 3. So also here pushing further down. To be honest, I started to like this count a bit more. The proportions of this wave down look a little bit better, A, B, and then C, and that we're now in the C wave, which is a 5-wave move. Yeah, because otherwise this whole mess doesn't really make much sense, but here as an ABC it starts to make sense, and I would say we're also following through here to the downside. That would be ideal now, yeah, that would be ideal. So again, probably in the next few hours we'll know more. Is this level going to hold or not? You can see again how relevant this key level is. It is based on this chart, a wave below. When we break that, that would be a very strong signal that indeed we are following through here to the downside. And if we look at this wedge pattern, because in the end this is a big wedge, we could hit here the 17.6k level and find support, massive support. Yeah, interesting. So yeah, we'll keep you updated here. Hope you liked the update about Bitcoin. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.